We move on to the second presentation. Second presentation is about railway development in the city of Southeast Asia region. The keynote lecture given by Dr. Trần Văn Chính. Dr. Trần Văn Chính he graduated at Hanoi University of Transport, and he obtained the doctor degree in University of Transport of MIT. Now it's Russia Transport University in Moscow, Russia, 1980. Dr. Chính was former head of Transport Planning Department, Ho Chi Minh City University of Transport, former Deputy Director of the Southern Transport Research and Development Center under the Transport Strategy Institute of MOT, Ministry of Transport. He served also Chief of Planning Southern Region Railway. Also, his researches include regional and local transport development, planning, development of public transport. So please, Dr. Trần Văn Chính, floor is yours.
Yes. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are very pleased to present the topic light rail transit development in city of Southeast region. The content, the Southeast region and light rail transit development planning, light rail transit in the world, development research on light rail transit in the Southeast region, and conclusion. Southeast region include Ho Chi Minh City and 5 provinces, Bà Rịa, Vũng Tàu, Đồng Nai, Bình Dương, Bình Phước, Tây Ninh. This is a dynamic economic region with high economic growth rate, leading in the industrialization and modernization on the country. A specification of industry construction, the rapid large proportion in the region GDP, and with a lot of kind of industry, agriculture export turnover of $3 billion per year. Light rail transit, urban railway have been set in the regional and local transport development plan in the planning of Viet Nam Railway, in the transportation development planning of the South Economic Focal Zone, in the planning of Ho Chi Minh City, in a master plan for transport development of Đồng Nai, in economic social development master plan of Bình Dương, and also in a transport master plan of Bà Rịa, Vũng Tàu. Light rail transit includes tramway and light rail. It is very popular form of public transport using electricity in big city and mega city. It plays the role on traffic corridor with relative large volume, and also on corridor to support and connect with metro line, with regional railway and national railway. More than 376 cities have a tramway, and about 226 cities have a light rail. Specification is that transport capacity of light LRT is about 1/3 to 1/2 of metro, from 20,000 to 40,000 passengers per hour per direction. Average light rail transit speed about 30 to 60 kilometers per hour. The construction investment cost is about 1/5 to 1/2 of metro cost. We can see across the United States, the average cost about about $21.8 million per kilometer. Compare with metro cost, for example, Line 1 and Line 2 in Ho Chi Minh City, about 96 to 190 million US dollar. Light rail transit will average cost about 33.1 million US dollar. In recent years, there have been a number of studies on light rail transit of the specific planning at the Faculty of Transportation Engineering. So there, one light rail Thủ Thiêm Long Thành Airport with 3 options. Option 1, share the corridor of Ho Chi Minh City Long Thành Dầu Dây Highway. Option 2, 37 km long, passing through Nhơn Trạch urban resident area. Option 3, 39 km long, passing through Cát Lái area. Option 2 is proposed, and it estimated number of passengers over 285,000 passengers per day. 2 types of train, express train and city train. Investment cost about 900 million US dollar. The second, An Sương Trảng Bàng light rail transit line. Average number of passengers estimated about 115,000 people per day. Investment cost 810 million US dollar. This is an important traffic line in the northwest of Ho Chi Minh City, connecting with the developing residential and industrial area of Hóc Môn, Củ Chi, Trảng Bàng, Gò Dầu. It is expected to connect to the Mộc Bài Border Gate Industrial Cluster. We would like to talk something about resource methodology we apply. Review urban transport network development planning and strategy related policy. Traffic count survey, citizen interview, forecast future travel demand in the area and on the research corridor. Preliminary design, layout plan, longitudinal profile of light rail transit line, preliminary assessment of economic, social and environmental efficiency, urban development around station from TOD point of view, preliminary recommendation. We would like to talk something about some LRT tramway line have been studied at the preliminary planning stage. Tram line on Nguyễn Văn Linh Street, Bến Thành miền Tây bus station line, Quang Trung line, An Sương Suối Tiên line, and other light rail transit, Phú Nghĩa Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu LRT line, Tân Kiên Bến Lức Tân An LRT line. Conclusion: in order to develop LRT light rail tram in Southeast region, on the Southeast Southeast region, it is necessary to have a breakdown solution for the region. The state play a leading role in investment, construction, management, maintenance, operation, and business of urban railway in accordance with the law of railway. To encourage investors to promote urban railway construction projects, it is necessary to promote cooperation coordinated in detailed study of light rail transit line in the region in terms of technical, economic, social, environmental impact. This is one issue we would like to development cooperation and coordination in the next time. Development many investor from build operator transfer contract, BOT contract, build transfer contract, BT contract, public-private partnership, PPP contract. I would like to finish my presentation. Thank you very much for attention.
Thank you very much, Professor Trần Văn Chính, for your very interesting presentation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, do we have a question or some discussion with the topic of Dr. Chính?
Yes.
Yes, I have.
Please.
I have.
With Jura Lab. Yes.
Dr. Chính, xin chào.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hello. Hi. Dr. Chính, what's your idea about north-south railway line in, Ho Chi Minh, Hanoi?
Ho Chi Minh to Hanoi.
Yes.
Ho Chi Minh to Hanoi.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the high-speed rail. I think that in this time, there are two options. It is the high-speed rail, and so with the 350 kilometers per hour, and the second one is the option with 200 kilometers per hour. I think we can see more detail to assessment the impact, economic, environmental, social impact, and also can see more detail about the situation of Vietnam budget in this. So I think should better we can concentrate, we can focus on the option of 200 kilometers per hour. It is good enough for our country in this time. Thank you very much for the question.
And my opinion, an opinion of Russian railways, 350 high-speed train for passengers only. First one, it's not workable project. First one, why? It's need too huge investment. It's just impossible. For Vietnam economic country on this situation now, it's just impossible. Many billions of USD. Second one, why only 350? We use only passengers carrier. But as you know, in any country in the world, passengers shipments, passenger transportation by railway, it's loss making money, and it's covered by cargo shipment. And 350, it's not possible to use for freight or cargo transportation. So yes, it's idea about 160 to 200 kilometers, both for passengers and freight and cargo. It's more good option for Vietnam, I think. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that now Vietnam Railway in the situation not so good. And we hope that we can learn more experience from other countries, especially in Russia, in Japan, and in Germany, and so on. The experience is very good for us to develop the railway in Vietnam. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. And one short notice. In India project, Russian Railways did the same project where we modernize and reconstruct a new line in India. It was the same. It was 1000 millimeters range, and we did 1435, and it was the same. Speed was around 40 kilometers per hour, but we did 160, 200, and we add two passenger, we add freight, and now India project is already going investment back. So it's a fully economical project with no need support daily life of this project from government by donation or by subsidy. So it's no need. It's fully economical project and workable economic model. What we can see in this region. Yes, I can say same project in Russia, but of course it's not correct. But you can see in India we already did it. In Brazil we did it. So it's fully workable, economical. Thank you.
We have we think that we can develop the cooperation more with Russian railway, especially with you and your group for study more about Viet Nam railway development. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I know the question. Thanks.
Thank you. Another question to Dr. Chính, please. So I have one question, Dr. Chính.
Yes.
There's clearly the merit of ART project, like railway project, like tram, and like monorail, or like another like railway system. But there is a gap between research and planning and reality. So how do you think about, for example, we have a planning or we have some forecast from here to Bình Dương province. They have light railway system, maybe better because the cost is cheap and so on. How is the reality of or maybe some proportion, some proposed of planning system to government to do some kind of maybe there's several stage of construction or stage of reality. How do you think about this? I mean from planning, from research to the real development. How there's some could you make some advice how to do this better?
Yeah, in my presentation, we saw that first priority is the light rail transit to Thiên Long Thành Airport, and Ministry of Transport now is preparing for the pre-feasibility study. So I think for the study, we can focus to An Sương Trảng Bàng LRT line. This is very important line, and not yet any pre-feasibility study. The other line in Bình Dương province, they have a plan to develop 7 urban railway. I think this is very attractive for investor, but now not yet any detailed study. We can carry out more detailed study and prepare the pre-feasibility study for Bình Dương. I think that it is a very good idea. Thank you for question from Dr. Hoàng.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Another question to Dr. Chính, please. If not, then we move on to the.
Sorry, I have one question.
Okay,
Sorry,
please.
yeah. So I saw from your presentation the cost for the LRT is only 1/5 to half of the metro line.
Yes,
it is very cheap compared to the metro line. And what do you think about? Shouldn't we focus or invest more in the LRT instead of building the metro line, because it's cheap, it's environmentally friendly, and it can also transfer the passenger. So, you know, what do you think about that?
Yes, in my presentation, we talked that transport capacity of LRT is about 1/3 to 1/2 of metro, but the cost, construction cost, about 1/5 to 1/2 of metro, and a lot of countries in the worldwide now also continue to build LRT for the city, especially the city. We now not yet the mega city. We think that can concentrate to develop LRT because I think that because that authority not have enough understand about efficiency investment efficiency of LRT we think that the consultant can focus to cooperation to develop study more about the LRT in this. So far now, in the area, not LRT have been prepared for investment and construction. I think that it is not so good situation in our country. Thank you for your question.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Another question to Dr. Chính.
Yes, not a question. I just want to add, as our experience in Moscow, yes, the numbers of Dr. Chin is fully correct. LRT more cheaper and more faster when a subway or metro. Because in Moscow we are finished with Center Circle line, we finished less than 1.5 years. But you see a long distance, and it was more cheaper in few times when we choose a subway or metro. Yes, LRT more cheaper and more fast construction. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Thank you for your experience, especially from Moscow.
Yeah, Moscow, Lastочка, you know, Lastочka project. Yes, it's more cheaper and more fast than subway. Yes, thank you.
Yes, yeah. I also think that, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, another question? If not, then we move on to the third presentation today, the last first